Hachette Audio presents The Storms Can't Hurt the Sky, a Buddhist path through divorce. Written by Gabriel Cohen. Read by Dan Bittner. Introduction. At 7 in the evening on June 25, 2005, my wife suddenly got up and walked out the door. She never came back. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me. It was also, oddly enough, one of the best. That calamity sent me scrambling for new meaning in life, and I found it in the last place I would ever have imagined. What I learned astonished me. That change and loss are inevitable, but that the suffering we derive from them is not. That insight enabled me to get through some brutally tough times. I've been a writer for a while. Back in the mid-'80s, I wrote an article about a program founded by Dr. Bernie Siegel, author of a bestseller called Love, Medicine, and Miracles. He ran support groups for patients with cancer or other life-threatening illnesses. Some of them said that they considered their diseases a gift. Some of them were dying at the time. In an abstract way, I could understand their point. Their crises gave them a new perspective on what was important in life. They learned to spend less time watching TV sitcoms, more time repairing relationships with their loved ones, less time worrying about career advancement, more time enjoying their kids. They didn't waste time because they didn't have time to waste. Did I change my life as a result of talking to those people? No. I still ate junk food and wasted precious hours watching TV. I burned up lots of time worrying about my career. I let important relationships deteriorate or fall by the wayside. Decades passed. When my own personal crisis struck, all my writerly detachment went up in smoke. All of a sudden, the issue of suffering was no longer abstract, and things quickly got worse. Not only was the love of my life gone, but I had recently been informed that the house in which I had been renting an apartment for 16 years was about to be sold. I could only pray that I would be able to find an affordable new home on my own. I craved emotional support, but found that when I needed them most, friends I had shared with my spouse disappeared from my life without a word of sympathy or kindness. That's common in divorce, but I didn't know that at the time. In the weeks and months that followed, there were times when I felt like I was being flayed alive. I desperately needed help. Luckily, I found it.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?